Today I'm sharing recipes where cauliflower is the star of the show. As we all know, cauliflower is a very versatile vegetable and it's typically used in place of like potatoes, rice, or even meat. It is well known in the keto and low carb diet, but if that is not your lifestyle, you can still enjoy cauliflower in so many different ways. Well, I'm so glad you're here today. If we haven't met, my name is Ange and this is the Menu Made Kitchen. Well, we are making our cauliflower potato salad. So I actually made this recipe maybe a couple years ago. My mom was doing the keto diet and I found a recipe that looked really delicious and it turned out so good. I loved it and I felt like this is a great replacement for potatoes, but also a great way to use a head of cauliflower. So I have a medium cauliflower that I cut up into, just like bite-sized florets, and I'm adding them here to my pot. I have about 3/4 cup of water. And we're going to put this on the stove. I'm going to place a lid on and basically we'll steam the cauliflower for maybe, 6 or 7 minutes until they're tender. So while that happens, I need to get a few more of my things prepared. I've got some celery, we got to chop up some pickle, and then I have some hard-boiled eggs. So we'll get this all prepared while our cauliflower cooks, and then we'll just kind of keep moving on with the steps. So we need to make our sauce. I'm going to start with a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I'm also going to do 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. I actually shared my potato salad recipe a couple of videos ago, and some of the ingredients in that potato salad I'm doing in this one as well, but it'll be a little bit different because I'm adding some celery and then I'm also doing a little bit of red onion. We have 1 tablespoon of pickle juice. And then for seasonings, I have a 1/2 teaspoon of dried dill, and then I have a pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper. I just kind of grabbed a little bit out of the containers, but we can always add more. So that's it for the sauce, very simple. So my timer just went off for my cauliflower. So what I'm gonna do is drain this in a colander, and then we need to let it completely cool and kind of steam out, because if there's any kind of warmth, that steam will just create moisture in our salad and we don't want that. We don't want a watery salad. So I'm gonna strain this up and then we'll come back to the cutting board and then we get to assemble the salad. Thankfully, you only have to wait like 2 seconds to see the next clip. But I will see you back here in 20 minutes or so. Well, that actually only took about 10 or 12 minutes to cool. I went ahead and I put my cauliflower out on some paper towels, like thick paper towels, and spread it out, and it cooled really, really quickly. So you can use that tip. So let's put this all together. So I've got some pickles. We're gonna do about a 1/3 cup of diced pickles, and these are dill. We also have a 1/3 cup of diced celery. I have about 2 tablespoons of red onion. And normally I don't like a lot of red onion or really any in my potato salads, but I do like it in the cauliflower potato salad. And then we have some chopped up egg. I did 2 hard-boiled eggs and just gave them a rough chop. Now, one item that I was gonna put in here was a suggestion from another viewer a couple weeks ago on my regular potato salad, but to do pimentos. I thought that that would be fun, but I completely forgot them at the store. So pimentos would be good. I even thought black olives would be really yummy, but we'll just keep it at this. And then we will add in all of our yummy sauce. Now, you really want to be careful not to overcook the cauliflower because you don't want it to basically turn into mashed cauliflower, and that's what will happen. So just like 5 or 6 minutes on the stovetop, or you can even do it in the microwave. I feel like I have a lot more sauce in here that needs to come out. Okay, and then we'll just gently toss it all together. So I feel like just like with any other traditional potato salad, you can add in your favorite stuff. So have fun with it, play with the ingredients. That's what's nice about salads like this. I mean, if you didn't know it, doesn't that look like potato salad? All right, I'm gonna give this a little taste because I wanna make sure I don't need any more salt or pepper. That is so flavorful. I am gonna add a little bit more pepper. And then you know what? This little 1/2 teaspoon of red onion, because I don't taste the red onion a whole lot. But I don't want it to overpower the dish, that's for sure. The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dust this with a little bit of paprika and then maybe a little more dried dill. and then we are going to taste this together. Well, this is my favorite part of the video, getting to taste these recipes with you. Doesn't that look so beautiful? And it smells like potato salad in here. I just think it's fun to go out of the box a little bit, and that's what I feel like, especially with cauliflower. There are so many more recipes now that use cauliflower in place of potatoes, and it's great because it's a very inexpensive veggie. Well, for the most part, actually, the cauliflower that I bought was like $5 something a head. But that's okay because we used it and we're gonna eat it. But my point is that it's relatively cheap and it's just so versatile. All right, enough talking. I didn't notice this before, but it definitely needs more salt. But the flavor is all there. The texture of the cauliflower still has a little bit of bite to it, which is important. Like I said, you don't want mushy cauliflower. And then you get that little crunch from the pickles and the celery. It's so good. Little hint of dill. But like I said, you could definitely get creative with this and use any kind of filling or topping. If you have not tried cauliflower potato salad, I really encourage you to give it a try. Don't be scared. It is so good. Definitely a fun way to use cauliflower, but it's also great for a keto or a low carb diet, or if you're just wanting something a little bit lighter because potatoes can feel kind of heavy. This is definitely it. We are making our 1 skillet chicken cauliflower rice casserole. This recipe comes together really easy. There's not a whole lot of ingredients. So we've got a large skillet here heated to like a medium heat. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And I do have my oven set at 375 because we're gonna be popping this in the oven. But if you don't have an oven safe skillet, just transfer it to a 9x13 baking dish. So we have 4 cups of cauliflower rice. This is frozen. You can do it thawed, or you can even do up your own cauliflower rice with a head of cauliflower, but I wanted this to be really easy. Okay, and then we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of Better Than Bouillon chicken base. This really gives the rice great flavor. Then I'm also gonna add in 1 can of green chilies, and I have drained these as best I can. So at this point, we just wanna saute the cauliflower until you don't see any more moisture. You kind of wanna dry it out a bit. And if you've never used the frozen packet of cauliflower rice from the grocery store, they are so convenient, very handy, and I think that they have great texture and flavor. And just a quick note, if you want to add more veggies to this, like spinach or saute some onions, make sure to put it in at this step, because once the cauliflower is done, we're gonna pretty much throw everything in, stir it up, and then bake it. So you'll wanna use this time to saute any other veggies. Cauliflower is looking good, so we're gonna add in some seasonings. I have 3/4 teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. You can certainly adjust the seasonings. And then I'm actually gonna turn the heat down to low at this point. And then we're gonna add in a whole 8-ounce packet of cream cheese. I actually just kept this on the back part of my stove where the oven was heating, and it is like super soft. And you definitely wanna make sure that it is really, really soft before you add it in. So we're gonna get our cream cheese nice and melted and combined with the cauliflower before we add in our chicken and our other cheese. And it's gonna feel like you need liquid in this, but just trust the process. It'll be good. Okay, that looks perfect. I could like take a baguette and just scoop some of this mixture up. That would be really yummy. And now we're gonna add in 3 cups of shredded cooked chicken. All I did with my chicken was I threw a couple of chicken breasts in the oven at 375. I seasoned both sides with salt, pepper, and a little bit of onion powder, and then baked it for about 40 minutes. And then we're gonna add about half of this Monterey Jack cheese, which is almost a cup. So a 1/2 cup goes in here. And then we'll stir all of this together. I love easy meals like this that come together really fast. So this would be a perfect weeknight meal. And if you don't have chicken already made, you could always pop into the grocery store and grab a rotisserie, or even do up some chicken over the weekend and then have it for meals like this. And the only thing left to do is I'm gonna add the remaining jack cheese over the top. So we're gonna pop this in the oven, like I said, at 375, and we'll bake it about 20 to 25 minutes. We want the top to be kind of golden brown, and obviously the cheese will be nice and melty. I'll probably top it with some parsley because that's just what I do, but pretty much it'll be ready to serve. Well, that was fast and easy, and my home smells delicious. I did add a little bit of red pepper flakes, and then I did my parsley because I just like it to look a little bit more pretty. And I have a little fun surprise. My husband is actually working from home today, so he's gonna pop on here and try this with me. So this is a 1 skillet chicken and cauliflower rice casserole. Okay. So not only is it kind of low carb, keto friendly, but it goes with our theme of making recipes with cauliflower.
It's really good, actually.
Is it? Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's got cauliflower in it? Mm-hmm. I'm impressed. I don't like cauliflower, and I don't like acting or TV either.
You like the edge pieces, don't you? Where it's kind of
over yours so I can have more.
Where it's kind of crispy. You definitely have to give this one a try, and a great way to use cauliflower. So we are making a cilantro pesto cauliflower rice. So we're going to be sauteing some cauliflower rice, and then we're going to add this cilantro pesto to it. I think we're going to serve it with grilled chicken, and I think it's going to be really good. First things first, we have to get our cauliflower in our food processor to blend it up and create that cauliflower rice. Now, I have done this the old-fashioned way and chopped it up with a knife on a cutting board, and you can certainly do that if you don't have a food processor. But let me just warn you, you will probably have cauliflower flecks all over your kitchen. It is definitely messy. So this is very easy. And I'm gonna do 1 medium cauliflower. I'll probably have more than 4 cups, which is all that I need. And then I'll just freeze the rest. So all we need to do is blend up our cauliflower. We want it to basically look like rice. So once it looks that way, then you can stop pulsing or blending it. Before we make our cilantro pesto, we're going to get our cauliflower rice sauté just to get that going in the pan, and then we'll hop over and start making our cilantro pesto. So I have all of my rice done, and then I just portioned out 4 cups. So we have our skillet on a medium heat, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so of olive oil. And we're not going to be adding any salt or anything to the cauliflower rice because the cilantro pesto is going to have so much flavor. Really, we just want to get our cauliflower rice sautéed. And we're only going to cook this about, I don't know, 7 to 8 minutes, just until it's tender. You don't want it to be mushy at all. So while the rice is going, I'm going to make our cilantro lime pesto. So I've got 1 cup of fresh cilantro. We're also going to do a 1/4 cup of slivered almonds. We're going to add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to use the rest of that was in my cup. I think that was about 1 tablespoon. Then we'll add in another. And then we've got to do some lime juice. I'm going to do a whole lime. Now, if you are not a cilantro fan, you probably will not like this because I know some people think that cilantro, or they feel like it tastes like soap or dirt, which I used to, so I get that. We're also going to add in some garlic. I'm just doing a 1/2 of a garlic clove. I don't want this to be really super garlicky. So before we finish our cilantro pesto, I just kind of wanted to show you what was happening here. The cauliflower rice is getting a little bit golden brown. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but which is perfect. That will add just a really nice nutty flavor. It's almost done. I think I have about 15 seconds on my timer, and then I'm going to pull it off and kind of let it cool a little bit. All right, back over to the food processor. So we'll pop the lid on here, and I'm going to give this a whirl until it's pretty much smooth and you have the almonds are all chopped up and the cilantro is nice and blended. And then we will add in a little bit of Parmesan cheese. We may need to add in some more oil. We'll just kind of see how things go and add things as we need it. So we're going to add in our grated Parmesan cheese. We're going to do about a 1/4 cup. I have not added any salt and pepper yet, so I'm going to do a little pinch of salt. Like I said, we can always taste it, and some pepper. The consistency is looking pretty good. I am going to add a little bit more olive oil. And then we'll just give it a light whirl and it'll be good to go. And I was going to mention, if you don't like cilantro, you could always make a pesto and do it that way and have a traditional pesto cauliflower rice experience. All right, get all this goodness in there. You know, it's fun to eat cauliflower when it has this much flavor. All right, we'll just toss all of this together. The heat from that cauliflower is just going to kind of warm up the cheese and the cilantro and all the goodies that are in that pesto. Be super yummy. I just think that that looks so beautiful. Anything that is like green to me, I don't know, it just draws me in. I have to give it a little taste here before we serve it up. Okay, that is magical. You guys, this is phenomenal. I do feel like I need a little bit more lime juice, but that's just because of my taste. You probably wouldn't even need to or want to because it is just about perfection. But I am gonna grab a little bit more lime juice. A little squeeze there. Plus I think it'll just add some bright freshness right before enjoying it. I do think I'm gonna do a little bit more salt too, just a pinch. That is it. This is ready to serve. Well, I decided to wait until we finished grilling our chicken and potatoes, so it's been several hours later, but I reheated the cauliflower rice. And we're gonna give it a taste with everything. I wanted to show you the whole package. Okay, so we'll try the cauliflower rice first. It's nice and steamy. That cilantro pesto is amazing, and it would be so good over lots of different things. So if you don't want to do cauliflower rice, you could even toss it with some noodles or some fresh broccoli, drizzle it over a potato. Like, it is just the best flavor. Very fresh, and you get that little bit of hint of garlic in there. I'm glad I didn't use too much garlic because I really wanted to taste the cilantro and the lime. So good. So as you can see, this is not a low-carb meal. I've got some potatoes on the side, but my cauliflower is my vegetable. And this chicken, let me tell you, I am trying to like master the best barbecue chicken right now. Like the perfect rub and then doing the barbecue sauce. I'm almost there. So yummy. Okay, but this isn't about the chicken. It's about the cauliflower rice. This is such a great side dish. If you're low carb in it, if you're not low carb in it, I think you're really gonna enjoy this. I really enjoyed finding ways to use cauliflower. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for hanging out with me today. We will definitely see you next time.